A lot of the women passing through have had infertility treatment, and you know that woman has had a long, long journey to become pregnant. You do admire her because it takes courage to keep going, and so then when she does become pregnant, I think everybody has a sense that this is a very special pregnancy, and everybody will do all they can to keep that pregnancy going.
I never thought I couldn't have children. Why would you think you couldn't have children? It's just one of the most normal things. Why not me? And once you start like thinking about you want a baby, you always see like pregnant women. It does hit you hard if you haven't, if you try. But then you don't know what they've gone through. After 4 years of trying, we had the letter through the post to say that we could start IVF. Once you actually see all the drugs in front of you, you think, oh my God, this is what I've got to do to have a baby. And then that cycle fails, and I remember one time ripping up all my pregnancy books and anything to do with babies because it messes with your head. It really does. I think probably it's all the drugs.
We were having the scan. She found one heartbeat, and then she pointed out a second one, and I sort of squeezed your hand a bit more, didn't I? And then she kind of was looking at the screen like that, and she said, "Look at," and like called her sort of advisor over and found a third one, and I think I nearly broke your hand.
And I was like, oh my God. And like we just looked at each other and like our faces were just like beaming.
Come in. So, bed's yours. You want to sit on the green chair, Chris?
I wasn't Caroline anymore, I was a triplet woman.
So you're going to start with one?
Yeah. Okay, so the biggest one over here is breech, 246.
Two weeks ago, the smallest of the triplets was only sort of 14 ounces, and his brothers were a lot bigger. His name's going to be William. He might not survive, but, he might survive and, take home 3 babies eventually.
Yeah, definitely.
Will is probably about this big at the moment, so, he's dinky. Ben, he's a lot longer. He's a lot podgier like his mum. And then Ed is he's a skinny boy, he's got a little head. So you've got big, medium, and little.
To have 2 babies or maybe 3 babies is absolutely wonderful. She creates her whole family at one time. But there are more risks involved in a twin or a triplet pregnancy, so that's why everybody gets very involved. We're all very aware that the more babies that share that uterus, the more fragile they will be when they are born.
Mothers aren't really designed to carry 3 babies at once, and there's a high rate of complications in triplet pregnancies because of that, with a lot of pregnancies delivering significantly prematurely. And we have to deliver some of them early because one or more of the babies is no longer coping in the womb and needs to be delivered, because if we don't, the baby's going to die before it's born.
Right. I've just come to give you the feedback on, we were meeting with the neonatologist. Mm-hmm. We all spoke together, and the neonatologists are happy that we go ahead and deliver you next week.
Okay.
So I booked your section on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the cesarean section.
Okay.
I think we've done very well to get to 30 weeks, and we just feel that it would be beneficial now to perhaps get the babies out. And...
Okay.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Okay.
We've waited a long time for this. I know it's still early, and we know the little one has grown, so it's just a question of now we need to act. How much longer do we leave it? And if that baby's not going to grow much more, it's probably better outside than it is on the inside.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary now.
Mm-hmm. If it was one baby and she sort of gave birth naturally, that would be amazing just to see one baby, but to see 3 come out at once is going to be brilliant.
We plan to continue to keep you as an inpatient, I'm afraid, with doing the twice daily heart monitors or CTGs. We'll just get another assessment now. You're comfortable there. Let us know if you're feeling faint or sick.
I've been like leaving work sort of twice a week early so that I can go and see her in the evenings. It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't so far away.
If someone said this time last year that you'd be pregnant with triplets, you just wouldn't believe it in a million years.
If we have to make a decision to deliver the babies very urgently because one of them is distressed, we have to assemble a surgical team, an anaesthetic team, 3 paediatric teams, all within a very short period, because if we're making a decision for a very urgent delivery, we'd be planning to deliver within 30 minutes of the decision to deliver.
We've taken the ladies to theatre D. When someone like Mr. David Howe calls a category 2 cesarean section and he wants those babies out, everybody works together. We don't actually need to ask people, they will drop everything and help. And everybody feels a sense of responsibility towards those babies and they're willing them on to come out in good condition.
I always wanted Chris to be at the birth, and we've been through all this treatment together. It wasn't just me going through the treatment, it was him too. You know, it was just as much a strain on him. I wanted us to do it together, and that was what it was all about, it was our family.
I was just sat at home, sort of relaxing. I was going to watch a film, Dr. Zhivago, I think. Been out and got some popcorn and a bottle of drink, and yeah, I got the phone call then to just get to hospital straight away. So I kind of dropped everything, grabbed a t-shirt and a toothbrush and ran out the door and drove to Southampton as fast as I could.
All I was going to say to you is don't worry if you don't hear your baby's crying. That doesn't mean that there's anything wrong. That just may mean that we've put a breathing tube down to give them some medicine because they're coming a bit early, all right? So you may...
The midwife said to me, your husband needs to get here now. You know, my immediate thought was, oh my God, last weekend it took him 4 hours. And Dr. Howe said, I want these out in half an hour. And I looked at the clock and I was like, I only phoned Chris half an hour ago. There's no way he'd make it.
I was just panicking because obviously I knew there was problems with William. I was worried for Kaz being on her own.
You ready? I'm scrubbed.
I think it was Bank Holiday Sunday, so there was a lot of traffic as well, so there was a bit of road rage.
Can everyone else hush, please? Shh. Not don't know whether it'll come second or third, the little one. It won't be first. Greg, is that clean over there?
All right. You're right. Your makeup's beautiful, darling. A little smudge of mascara, but perfect. One's out. Really? We've got hair. Has he got hair?
Yep.
Yeah, he's got hair. Oh my God.
With a boy.
It's a boy. Good. That's always a good thing. Good sign when you've been told that. Hey.
Oh, listen to that.
Oh,
Fabulous.
oh, we'll listen to him scream.
And I just want to see what I've got coming. That's a foot. Here we go. Just gently now. Keep that coming.
This is the bit that's like washing up.
The legs out. Keep coming with. Just help that arm out. Very gently now. Just gently, 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 gently. There we go. Out to come. Very gently. Good. Number 3. Please, that would be great. Here we go.
Thank you.
Good.
Congratulations, you have 3 little ones. Michelle, can you save the placenta? She wants to have a look. Do you know that on the internet you can get recipes for placenta lasagna? She's like, oh, Dad. Is it coming? Oh, Dad. Here we go. Congratulations.
I got her as far as I could. I was doing about 110 down. As fast as that car's ever gone.
Can you hear that? That's a good sign.
I can't believe it. Is that the smallest one? That's William, yeah.
Baby boy number came out third. He was absolutely lovely.
That's Edward.
Edward.
Okay, in case. Well done, so far.
Once the baby's delivered, that's usually the start of a very long process. If they've been born a lot of weeks prematurely, they're very frail. They'll need a lot of care until they're safe and ready and large enough to cope with the outside world and go home. And they will spend usually many weeks in the neonatal intensive care unit.
There's the third one, this is Ben.
Is she okay?
He's absolutely fine. He gave us a darn good fight compared to the other two. This is the one you could hear screaming blue murder, which is why it took so long to do everything with him.
Right. Brilliant. Thank you. It's all right. It's all right. Love you.
It's certainly not a natural everyday occurrence when triplets arrive. It just triples the relief you feel. Over the years, I now have an acute sense and awareness of just how precious every life is, because you're more aware of the complications and the risks. So when you see the mother holding her healthy baby, it's such a sense of relief and joy.
Right, I'm going to do a walk round upstairs. I have my clothes.
Sarah.
Find it. Thank you. Congratulations. Caroline will be back in a few minutes. The triplets have just been around the corner and they're all doing very well. I'm sorry we couldn't wait for you. Number 2, William, he's... we take blood from the cords when we deliver them just to see how acid the blood is, and if they're not getting enough oxygen, the blood gets more acid. Mm-hmm. His blood was quite acid, right, which meant he needed to be delivered when we delivered him, but not so acid that he would have been harmed by it. Right. So it was a good decision, and it was worth not waiting for you to get there because he might have got into trouble. So that, I'm sorry we didn't do that. Okay, congratulations. Oh, here she comes.
I still can't believe this all happened today.
I just want to see them.
Yeah, I do. I feel really like... I don't know, sort of...
It feels real.
Yeah. But it still seems a bit kind of surreal, doesn't it? It's kind of... I don't know what the right word is.
This is the day we've been waiting for. Great is it being on the bed early? Is that William?
That is William, yes. So Mummy can see you a little bit better.
And to actually see them in front of you, you can't describe that feeling as soon as you see your own flesh and blood.
It's all right.
It was just, it was instant love.
Isn't it? 3 of them.
as a mother, you would much rather that everything was happening to you rather than happening to your baby. And I think that's a completely, natural and a normal sort of phenomenon.
You sure?
As a new mum,
Sure.
you want to hold your baby, you want to touch your baby's skin, you want to smell your baby, you want to feed your baby, and just do all of those things. But you've got a plastic box between you and the baby in a space just surrounded by equipment, and it's noisy. There's bells and there's whistles and there's alarms going off all the time, and that can be quite overwhelming just from a sensory point of view. It's a really alien environment for most people.
You've been a good boy. Yes. Are you a squealer? Hey? Are you going to be the noisy one? Yeah.
You can go in and touch him and say hello.
So tiny.
Edward, this is Daddy. This is William, who's your second one out, bless him. As I say, he's about half the size of his brother, so as you can see, he's much, much smaller. There's a line going into his tummy button, which his brothers don't have. And that one there is to be able to try and give him some fluids, so hopefully we'll make him nice and chunky, all right?
Can I touch him?
Absolutely.
You know, don't you, my voice? Hey? You going to open your eyes? You got a nice yellow hat on. I've got a picture of that to show you when you're older. Hey, you're going to fatten you up. You're going to have so many cuddles.
Yeah. Hi, it's Chris and Caroline Pike to see the Pike triplets. Thank you. We went down to the neonatals to see the boys this morning, or we thought we were going to go and see the boys. And one of the doctors took us to one side and told us there was a bit of a problem with William's, well, in his gut, something wrong with his bowel. Well, there was like a tear in his bowel, and they were going to have to do an operation on him to kind of put it right. Nice, thanks, maybe you're all set.
We thought that was it, we're going to have them, we just got them, now we're going to have one taken away. You get that news and you think, OK, he could die.
First, yeah, that's kind of first worst thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was like the tears.
And then you think, well, he's got this far.
That is the site of our trouble. So, Richard, we found the source of the problem in the colon. Yeah, what we might do is see if we can drop some of this back in down here, get it out of our way for a minute. That might make life easier.
And then you think, you know, this little man, been through all that, surely he can get through this.
There was an area on the small bowel where just the outer part split a little bit, and we put one stitch on that. But otherwise the bowel looked in good condition. The rest of it looked good, so.
Well, thank you.
Okay, is there anything you wanted to ask or unclear about?
Just thank you, really.
That's okay, no problem, no problem. We'll keep a careful eye. So here we go.
Blessed, I think, definitely. Wouldn't you? Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah, absolutely blessed, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Very, very lucky. You know, to go from like nothing to like go from 2 people to 5 in a day. Not many people can say that, can they?
No, it's brilliant.
So, you know, just being pregnant with 1 baby, you know, you're blessed, but to be pregnant with 3, you know, very lucky.
Yeah.
Excuse me again.
Sorry. So as it is. Yeah, it's just weird when you go and visit them, like see them. It's great, but then, yeah, you got to leave them again. It's quite hard, isn't it? And you come home and it's kind of home's just the same as it was before. If you don't, I mean, you've got all these like baby cards and baby stuff everywhere, but no babies.
I've got my pushchair and I can't put them in it.
Yeah, and, like the nursery's been ready for ages, isn't it? It's
Can't
like,
use it. Just waiting. All we've had to do all the way through this is wait. We haven't ever been on our own with our babies, have we?
No. Actually, I haven't even thought about that, to be honest.
We've never been on, you know, there's always been someone about.
Mm.
And like when they come home, we won't have anyone around us, we won't have any monitors.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a wake-up call, isn't it?
If you have one baby who has more complications, then you can be in a situation where you have two babies who are ready for home and a baby who's still in intensive care and who's intensive care for a long time. And that's a difficult situation for families because you're happy about the well babies, but actually you're also still worried and potentially sort of grieving for the fact that you have a sick baby.
The best things come to those who wait. I think if you have to wait, then you want it more and you appreciate it more, what you've got. And, you know, I think that's a hard lesson, but it's the best lesson.
Hey, Ben. Oh no, that's Ed. I got muddled up. They do, when their faces all squished up like that.
Now I feel proper grown up, don't you?
Now I feel like a mum.
Welcome home, boys.
What's he doing?
He's just asleep.
That is so funny. I hope you're not going to be sick.
Just need William then.
Yeah. One more. So you've got room for one more. One more. Haven't we? Yeah.